Welcome to a counselor's journey to private practice. So today's question that we have, drum beat. How cool would it be if we had a drum beat? But the question is, hey Juan, I just started my counseling practice and I can't decide on my prices or fees, right? Setting your fees, which I think is a really great question because whenever I go back to, I'm rewinding the brain and I'm thinking about graduate school. I'm like, all right, I don't remember a class on that or a course on that. And I remember like getting online and doing a little bit of research and looking around, but nothing concrete. And I think whenever especially for us as clinicians, when it comes to training, we tend to want something a little bit more concrete. We stick to CBT because we know CBT, or those of us out there that know or study EMDR. You go through these intensive workshops to be able to support others utilizing that practice, that foundation of EMDR. And I think it's because of that, right, that lack of structure or foundation that we do not receive early on, that we find ourselves asking the question, how do I even set these fees? I think another area that we look at is vulnerability, if you will, digging into Brene Brown and being confident in the fee, confident in your worth. You have an attorney out there charging $500 and, we're struggling to charge $20, $30 an hour. And I think there has to be, of course, a level of ethics there, a level of morale. But I just want to share that before we even look at numbers. So now with this question, right, you're asking the question, hey Juan, I just started my counseling practice and I can't decide on my prices. Here's a couple of avenues that you can take. The first one is doing some like mindset work, building that confidence, the confidence within to be able to say, okay, I studied hard. I took my courses, my tests, I passed them, I have my license, I engaged in supervision, I am diligent and I really believe in myself. Just like when I go out with my daughter and she's playing soccer, her soccer coach is like, what is confidence? I believe in myself. I believe in Juan, or if your name is Carlos, I believe, right? Just being able to cultivate and to build it up. Because it can be difficult to say, the intake session is $200 or the intake session is $300, because it's a high number. And then maybe, with that lack of confidence there, or just that lack of vulnerability, if you will, we haven't gotten to the next step. And I know you can. It can make the conversation really difficult. So I think some work, to go into there. And just as a side note, check out Michelle Hardman. She's a colleague of mine. She's been on the podcast before, but she digs deep into Brene Brown work and supporting clinicians in their their professional development when it comes to being confident in their practice. Now, the strategies I want to share with you have to do with market research, which simply means just getting on Google. On Google, look at all the counselors in your area, right? So if you live in the XYZ zip code, look at all the counselors in the XYZ zip code, and then start writing down all the practices, and then write down what the intake fee is, regular psychotherapy session is, family session is, evaluations, any of the services that you would provide. Dig a little bit deeper and look at their licensure. Look at the years of experience. And that's going to give you really strong concrete data to where's a good starting point. Another avenue that you could take is Q&A. Just like you reached out to a counselor's journey, you reached out to me. You're like, hey Juan, here's a question. Reach out to other counselors in your area. There's probably some cats out there that are like, they got 20 years in the field. They're doing amazing work. Reach out and say, hey, listen, I am just getting my feet wet. What do you think I should start at? And they're going to give you some insight. They're going to guide you, just like our professors in graduate school guided us and our supervisors. And, we're doing the amazing work that we're doing. It's beautiful when we're able to ask for help. We tend to not fall as much. So yeah, that's the response there. We can go really deep into it, but I just want to give you something concrete where you're able to work with that and move forward. As always, anyone out there listening, if you have questions regarding your journey and building a private practice, whether you are just getting your feet wet, trying to figure out what your starting prices are, or you've got a practice that you've built into this 6-figure, 7-figure practice, and you're looking at now diversifying your income, creating passive income, creating products, things like that, I am more than happy to answer those questions here on a Counselor's Journey YouTube channel. As always, share this with anyone out there in your community, colleagues that are building a private practice and have questions. This is a community, a family, if you will. I love the work that I do. I love being here with you. Take care. Have a beautiful day.